The afternoon sun beat down on Maple Street, a neighborhood long ignored by the city. The buildings were old, paint chipped, sidewalks cracked. Children still played in the alleys, and neighbors greeted one another with warmth, but outsiders only saw poverty. Among them lived Marcus Johnson, a middle-aged black man in simple clothes, known to everyone as Uncle Marcus. He spent his morning sweeping the sidewalk, repairing broken fences, and helping kids with their homework on his porch. To the world, Marcus looked like just another tenant barely making rent. One day, a group of uniformed police officers arrived in the block with city eviction notices. A developer wanted the land. The officers walked straight to Marcus's building, assuming he was just another squatter. "Sir, you need to vacate the premises," one officer said sharply. Marcus, calm as ever, looked at the notice. "And what's the reason?" he asked. "This block is scheduled for demolition. The new developer is clearing out residents who don't own property here," the officer replied. Neighbors gathered, murmuring in fear. Many families had nowhere else to go. The lead officer grew impatient. "Pack your things. If you refuse, we'll have to remove you by force." Marcus didn't argue. Instead, he walked back into his small apartment. People worried he was giving up. Minutes later, he returned, carrying a folder filled with legal documents. He opened the folder slowly, his voice steady. "Before you put your hands on me, you should know something. I'm not just a resident here. I'm the owner of this block." The officers laughed, thinking it was a joke. "You? The owner? Let's be serious." Marcus pulled out a deed stamped with the city seal. He held it up for all to see. "Bought it 20 years ago when no one cared about this neighborhood. Paid with every dollar I earned working 3 jobs. Since then, I've paid the taxes, kept the lights on, and made sure my neighbors had homes when times were hard." The crowd gasped. Mothers clutched their children, tears in their eyes. The officers went silent. Marcus continued, his tone firm but respectful. "You came here to throw me out of my own property. And worse, to scare families who've lived here for generations. You didn't bother to check who actually owns the land." The sergeant, now pale, studied the documents carefully. His voice cracked. This changes everything. These papers are real." Marcus stepped forward. "This block isn't just real estate. It's people's lives. Their memories. Their community. And as long as I own it, no developer will ever take it from them." The officers exchanged nervous looks, quietly lowering their eviction papers. The crowd erupted in applause and cheers. Children ran up to hug Marcus. Word spread quickly across the city. Local newspapers ran the headline, "Police tried to evict him, not knowing he owned the entire block." Developers backed away, realizing Marcus wasn't a man to be intimidated. Soon, city officials approached him, offering to work together to restore the block instead of destroying it. Marcus used the attention to negotiate better housing conditions for all his tenants, turning broken homes into renovated apartments, adding playgrounds for kids, and opening a community center. Years later, Maple Street became a model neighborhood, not because of money or fancy investors, but because of a man everyone underestimated. And whenever Marcus walked down the block, children would run to him shouting, "Uncle Marcus. The man who owns it all." With a gentle smile, Marcus always replied, "I don't just own these buildings. I own the responsibility to protect the people inside them." Never judge a person by their appearance. True power isn't in money or uniforms, but in those who quietly carry responsibility, dignity, and love for their people.